Welcome to Pilates with Ricky. We are going to be practicing the 100 today, which is an iconic Pilates exercise. It's often one that people learn when they first start practicing Pilates, but it is not exactly a basic exercise. It's actually really hard to do. So I'm going to show you the full version of the exercise, and then we're going to break it down and build it back up again. All right, so let's get started. So in the full advanced version, you start lying on the mat, arms are overhead, legs are squeezing together. We'll inhale to prepare, and then exhale, float up to your 100. You want the legs just a couple inches off the mat. You want the very top of the shoulders up, but the bottom tip of the blades down. And then you're doing about 5 arm pumps for every inhale, and 5 for every exhale. And then to come out of it, you lay right back down. But that's not easy to do. So let's begin to break it down. Let's leave the arms down by your side, and we'll leave the legs together. We're going to leave the legs flat on the mat. We're going to pull our belly buttons in against our spine and up, and we're going to draw the ribs together in front, almost pressing the mid-back down into the mat. And then we're going to just pump here. So we're going to reach our fingertips towards our feet and begin some arm pumps. So as you inhale, you're doing about 5 arm pumps, and as you exhale, you're doing about 5 arm pumps. And you're making them as big and as vigorous as you can without losing that sense of connectedness to your core. So that feeling of pulling the belly button in, drawing the ribs together, pressing the back down. Once you feel like you've got that, you're going to start to slowly bend the knees and drag your heels along the mat until you've got about a 90-degree bend at the knees. And we're going to stay here for a few breaths, just squeezing the legs together, pulling your belly in, drawing the ribs together. And then the next step for building up would be to lift your torso up. So we would lengthen the back of the neck and just start curling forward as you reach those fingers towards your toes. Nice big inhale. And exhale. And then, if you want, you can send the feet up towards the ceiling or towards the wall in front of you, depending on what's comfortable in your back. Nice, and then to come out of this, you can always just bend the knees and lower yourself down. Now, we're going to begin with practicing lifting up straight legs, but it's going to be what I like to call Imagilotties. You might get no movement at all, but you're going to imagine you're doing this. So we're going to press those arms down into the mat, stretching the fingers towards your feet. We're squeezing the thighs together. We're going to take an inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, you're pulling the belly button in and stretching your feet in the opposite direction as the belly button. So belly button is pulling up, legs are reaching away. Maybe you're going to lift your legs, I don't know, a centimeter, an inch. But it's that opposition I want you to feel of pulling your belly in one direction, feet in the other. Maybe the legs don't come up at all. Nice. Now we'll practice just lifting the head. So we're going to start with fingertips up to the ceiling, right? Arms overhead is adding a lot of weight, and we don't want to begin there. We want to build up to it. So palms facing your feet, fingertips up to the ceiling. Back of the neck is nice and long. We're going to inhale to lift the head and the top of the shoulders, reaching the fingers towards the feet. Exhale as you lower back down. So you inhale to lift and reach. Exhale, lower down. Again, the very bottom tip of your shoulder blade is staying down on the mat. Top of the shoulders are floating up. Inner thighs squeezing together. One more like that. Nice. Now, to add the legs, you can do it in two pieces where you pick up the upper body and then the legs. And again, we're going to use the breath to do this. So just as we did before on the inhale, we're going to lift the upper body. As you exhale, stretch your toes away from your belly and lift. And then you just begin your pumps. Nice, and then we'll lower right back down. Now, when you're ready, you can begin practicing taking your arms up overhead. The idea is that the head is framed by the arms the whole time. That's pretty much the hardest part of this exercise. So, I like to lift on the exhale for this one, and I'm concentrating on drawing my ribs together, pulling my belly in and up against my spine. So I'm really centered in my core and using that strength. So again, legs are squeezing together, arms are overhead, back, the neck is long. I'm going to take an inhale to prepare. On the exhale, engage my core and just float up. And then when you're ready to come down, arms come up, and you lower down with control. So I hope you like that quick tutorial on your 100. It takes a long time to build up this exercise. So if the full version is not possible to you, think about it as something that you're building towards, right? Every time you do Pilates, your body is different and you're always getting stronger the more you practice.